Good afternoon, everybody. Very warm welcome to Painted Dog TV. Very excited to be back out with you all. We have Andrew on camera with us this afternoon, everybody. And it's a wonderful day. Not very hot, quite a bit of cloud cover about. But the good news is it doesn't look like there's any rain coming just yet, everybody. And we are out and about, Andrew and I, at the moment in the southeast section of the reserve, following up on reports of our male lions that were located out this end this morning, pretty close to one of the large water holes, which is Rietspruit Dam. And I actually found a couple of lion tracks just a bit further back on the road. And there's another track just here now, but they don't look particularly fresh. Now, it was Birdman, one of our good friends, Birdman, that actually located the lions this morning. You can see the lion track I'm referring to here. I don't know if you can get that, Andrew. I know it's right below you here. So one of the males did walk up the road here, and that does look more fresh than the last set I looked at. Anyway, so Birdman is back out here again this afternoon, everybody, and he went to the last position of where these lions were resting this morning. And he hasn't found them yet. He's busy searching that area. We're pretty close by to where he is, which was not far from that water hole, the large, beautiful Rietspruit Dam that I was telling you about. And so we're getting closer to that point, but of course now we've come across these tracks here. But it is interesting because it does look like it's just the one male that walked up here. I don't know exactly how many lions he had this morning. There's two different lions that have walked here. I'm just looking very closely now, everybody, to try and age these tracks. Not easy because of the sort of substrate we have here. The sand is quite hard, compacted. And I'm looking at this track here, and there's a couple of leaves that have settled in the track, which, if it had been more recent, obviously this lion would have flattened those leaves. It wasn't a particularly windy day. Of course, the wind will sweep these little leaves, fallen leaves, into the tracks as well. That's a possibility. Just listening now to Egyptian geese, which are calling at the waterhole I was talking about. Let's head there, everybody. I can always come back to these tracks. They don't look terribly old, but yeah, looking at these ones here, they almost look like it's the lionesses that walked up this way. Now we know for sure that the pride are on kind Lowveld at the moment. They haven't returned to our side of the reserve, everybody. They're not back on Blowbank yet, or Leadwood. They're still in the east. It was just the males that were located this morning on our side. So let's keep pushing towards this beautiful waterhole. Maybe we'll get to see those Egyptian geese I heard calling now, folks. But before we get there, I just want to quickly pop down to the little riverbed that feeds into Rietspruit Dam, the drainage line, and just have a look to see if there aren't any tracks. My favorite cat, the leopard, as well. I was just chatting to Andrew about it earlier that there were tracks of a female leopard out this way. It's about 2 weeks ago now, and I'm very intrigued to try and find this leopard because I don't know who it might be. See the lion tracks here again. tracks are playing tricks on my mind. They're not that fresh. And it does actually look like it's the lioness's tracks here and not the males. Right, I'm going to give up on those tracks for now, everybody, because I do believe that's the pride. So those tracks are old, before the pride moved across to Kaya. Let's quickly check this drainage line for leopard tracks, then we'll have a look at the beautiful dam, see if we can find those geese, anybody else that might be drinking. And still waiting to hear from this exact gentleman right here. Standing by.
Yeah, they popped out of where they were sleeping back onto the fence line.
Copy that, thanks, Birdman. Confirm same position. Nyala Route Junction Eastern fence line.
It's actually, you know that little drainage line there between Nyala Route and the road that goes to the Sequoia? They're there.
Okay, copy that, thanks. I'll be with you in the next 10. Oh, that's great news, everybody. Simon's found the male lions. So, definitely the pride's tracks here then, that we're headed up that way. Now, Simon hasn't reported those lions on the move, so I'm not in a massive rush to go straight there, everybody. I can continue with our plan. Let's check the drainage line, check the dam, and then we'll end up going to the lions in a little while. Quickly say hello to all of our wonderful pack members that have joined us. Good afternoon, Carol, Willow, Mary, Rosemary, Brian, Ashley, Betty, Di, Becky, Barbara, hello Shanann, hello Jan, hello Aurora. Welcome everybody. I hope you can all hear me a bit better today. We've been, well, the team's been working tirelessly at sorting out our sound issues. And we believe all is good today. Just a quick reminder everybody as well before I forget, the keywords, and I say words, plural, for the week. We're going to stick with our keyword from last week because of course we didn't have many drives and a lot of you may have missed out on it. So last week's keyword was stalking. Thank you, Andrew. Stalking. And so you can please still send us that keyword, everybody. Let's try and get your hands on the high resolution image for last week. And then the new keyword for this week is carnivorous. So you can send in both and get your hands on 2 of our wildlife images, everybody, for those of you that are interested. So we'll run both of those keywords for this week. Hoping that some of you might be able to join us for our private drives this week, everybody. Get in touch with Painted Dog TV, book your seat on the private drives. There's a couple of them scheduled for the week, and there are quite a few spaces left. If you are interested in joining us on these private drives and can talk, you know, one-on-one directly with me on Zoom, then just reach out to us and we can get you that seat. Right, first little point where I can have a look at this drainage line, everybody. Let's have a look here and see any leopards. Look at this beautiful tree. Wow, that would be a perfect tree for a leopard, everybody. Massive jackalberry here on the bank of the river. That tree's a couple hundred years old for sure. One of my favorite trees in the African bush, the jackalberry. And leopards are particularly fond of They're very, very wide trunks, comfortable trunks to rest on. There's no thorns in that tree, of course, which makes it even more comfortable. Wondering what all the noise was. Andrew dismounting the jackal. And I'm glad you have, because there's some beautiful tracks of one of the male lions here, Andrew, which you can point out to everybody. I wonder if they
don't slip.
I wonder if they actually didn't come and first have a drink here before settling where Simon found them.
Where they?
Down there. Beautiful prints in the soft mud next to the water's edge here, everybody. Absolutely love doing this. Coming down to the water's edge and have a look. Had body in the subject break up and there's our cue, everybody, to stop being adventurous. Apologies for the breakup. But it's definitely two sets of tracks, so two male lions that came down and drank here. And I think they must have then just turned around and walked along the bank. I had a close look on the far side. It doesn't look like they made the big leap and tried to go across the water here. No leopard tracks to report. Lots of giraffe, nyala, kudu, and impala tracks around here as well. But none of my elusive spotted friend. Good afternoon, Kevin. There's two leadwood stations on Blowbank. Simon currently with the male lions, I think on the eastern fence line between Leeuruta and Nyala-Ruta. I'm making my way there to join him. And there was a rhino that Hanno reported, I think, on Concert Road. And the elephants have crossed into Kaya. And the pride are at Wild Dog Dam.
You're being quiet, I've got all of it except how many vehicles on Blowbank.
There are currently two leadwood stations on Blowbank.
Okay, copy, thanks.
Look at this beautiful view here, folks. Just love this spot. Man, this really is prime territory for a leopard. Just the most beautiful little spot here. Ah, little three-banded plover that's just fluttered across to the water's edge here, everybody. You got it, Andrew?
I'm going to try.
Now, I do want to go down and have a look at the water's edge here again quick, everybody. We're going to leave Andrew on the vehicle because there seems to be a bit of break-up when he jumps off. I just want to have a look and see if there's any leopard tracks. Did you find that plover? Awesome. Just wanted to make sure Andrew could show you that beautiful bird, everybody, before I go down here. I might flush it. Oh. Bye. Thank you. No leopard tracks here either, everybody. Lots of general game that have come down here throughout the day. Hello. Some primates having a squabble. Vervet monkeys, that is, everybody. Having a bit of argy-bargy up in the trees above the water back there behind me. Right, let's make our way around to the other side, everybody, and see if we can find those geese. Another amazing tree, very old weeping bourbon that I'm driving under here. Absolutely stunning. Look at that again. Another perfect leopard tree. Betty, I see that you're saying that the sound or volume is still very low again today. Not too sure why that issue is still persisting, but FC will definitely be listening to me now, so they will look into that. Janine, sorry, I missed the track that you were referring to. And Carol, to answer your question, yes indeed, we are at the back end of Sekwe Dam here. And we'll now make our way around to the main body of water. Head towards the bottom end of the waterhole and see if we can find those Egyptian geese. See who else is out and about. Pushing all the wrong buttons here on my cell phone. Oh, well done, Di. That's brilliant. I'm glad you can hear us. Di downloaded a volume booster. Didn't even know such a thing existed. And I'm very happy to hear you can hear me. Still just looking very carefully, everybody, along the road here for tracks. Seen civet tracks, warthog, impala and giraffe. There the Egyptian geese are.
Where? In the tree.
Far side beyond the water, up in a dead tree. Just make out the white on the wing. Haven't seen Egyptian geese in quite some time.
That's as far as I can zoom.
One of its partners, or its partner rather, is sitting in the dead tree directly in front of us here at 12 o'clock. Certainly have missed seeing the little goslings this year. Haven't found any. Pretty bird. Rather noisy bird when they get into it. Let's see if we can sneak a bit closer to this one here. Not seeing much else moving around the water here this afternoon. Might be able to get a slightly better look now at that goose, everybody. Just thinking now, it's been a rather quiet season in terms of goslings and ducklings. Oh, listen everybody, one of our male lions just vocalizing now. Oh, that's awesome. The goose is responding to the male lion. Probably saying, I don't like the sound of that. Well, we did say we were close to the lions, everybody. Doesn't sound like they've moved from where Simon located them. They're still on the eastern fence line here. But yeah, going back to the goslings and ducklings, I wonder if it's just coincidence that we haven't found more of them. Maybe they were preyed upon. But it's very odd to have not found any. Well, I think there was it whistling ducks at Mamba Dam that had ducklings, and then they disappeared. But other than that, nothing at any of our big water holes here. And I wonder if it's just not suitable habitat, whether it's related to food. I can't imagine it would be food. Oh, there you go, the geese. They said, right, there's lions roaring close by, we don't like it, we're going. It's probably got nothing to do with the lions, by the way, everybody. It's probably just because of us in the vehicle that they've felt a little little bit unsettled and they've flown off. But yeah, interesting. Not many babies of the winged variety that we've come across this season. Oh yes indeed, Betty, I've been attacked by Egyptian geese on many golf courses here in South Africa. They are very protective. And they are very abundant actually in the suburban areas around those golf courses. The greenskeeper's worst nightmare, I tell you. They just, yeah, they destroy a golf course. Alright everybody, onward to the male lions. Very excited to see the boys. Haven't seen them in a little while. We'll see how things go everybody. I might not spend the rest of our afternoon with these male lions. We'll see what they get up to. But I might come back this way a little bit later and come work the roads close to this waterhole. See if we get any luck with a leopard here tonight. But for now, let's go see what these top cats are up to. Bird of prey flying up here. Looks distinctively like a Wahlberg's eagle. Good luck to Andrew trying to get that. I'm going to stop here quick and see if I can identify it with my binoculars. Oh, it's not a Wahlberg's.
That's Leah.
African harrier hawk. Old name Gymnogene there, everybody. Reef sighting. Very nice. Hello, you beautiful beasts. Oh, there you go, everybody. There are two of our beautiful male lions sitting in front of Simon's vehicle here. All three are here. Just picked up the binoculars. The third one, the injured male, is lying behind Simon's vehicle, behind and to the left. Now they were vocalizing earlier, and you look at them now, you see how they've got their heads up and they're facing into the Blue Canyon Conservancy, everybody. They're probably responding to the two male lions on the other side of the fence. I've joined Birdman with the three male lions on the eastern fence, midway between Rietspruit and Rietspruit. Everybody, I'm just going to move a little bit closer to these males. Zoom right in those beautiful faces. It's funny, just as I started the car, both males put their heads back down. Now, being this close to the waterhole we've just come from as well, everybody, is also promising. We saw the troop of vervet monkeys back there. Now, if any of the other predators do head that way for a drink, we might get lucky and hear those monkeys sounding the alarm call. So we'll sit here with these beautiful lions for a while and see what happens. Laps, getting more comfortable. Bit of a gash under that right eye, presumably been squabbling over all the food they've had, these lions, in the last week. They are very well fed, everybody. Just now having a look at the injured male behind Simon's vehicle. He's still got a very plump belly, which is great news. They've killed and devoured a giraffe, and then shortly after leaving that giraffe carcass, stumbled upon the pride that had just killed a warthog, apparently quite a big one as well. So they've fed some more on that warthog. They're definitely not hungry lions.
alright.
Just spotted a woodpecker, everybody. You might have even... Oh, that's unfortunate. It's just flown off. Might have just heard the tapping there. Looked like a cardinal woodpecker. It was tapping on a dead tree just the other side of the fence here. Looks to me like these boys aren't going anywhere anytime soon. They are very comfortable. It's a lovely temperature though. Very cool afternoon. A little breeze blowing. Love it when they open their eyes like that and look at you. So beautiful. Pair of dark-capped bulbuls chatting, jumping around in the clump of trees to our left here. This male lion's just opened his eyes again, just as the train started blowing its horn. Just busy looking through my binoculars at this male lion's face, and it's amazing to see how much scarring they've picked up over the years since they were first introduced here. And even for the first couple of years of their life here on the Rietspruit Game Reserve, they had very clean faces, these three males. There was very little conflict. And that has certainly changed. Been a lot of conflict in the last 2 years. Male lion in front of Simon's vehicles just perked up. Just raised his head up now. Might have heard something again. Oh, big sneeze. Oh yes, come on boy. Wow. How awesome was that, everybody? I was hoping we might get that while we're here with the boys. Just incredible listening to these lions roar. And just like that, he goes back to sleep. So he definitely pricked up because he heard something. And then responded. Interesting though how his two brothers didn't join in with him. They were not interested at all. Here, just by that dark patch. He's hopping around there feeding on seed. Close to us here, bud. This first dark patch on the road, on the far left next to the grass. Just spotted a little blue waxbill. Ah, of course. There he goes. There's more though. Oh, another one might come towards the road. Let's see if we can pick one up. You see the movement?
Mm-hmm.
There's a little group of blue waxbills here, everybody, that have come to feed on the grass seed here next to the road, and we're going to see if we can pick one or two of them up. One of the most absolutely stunning birds here on the Rietspruit Game Reserve. A pair of them have now just perched.
I'm gonna do my best.
They're too slow. Not so easy with this camera though. They are very fast, jittery little birds, these waxbills. Ah, there you go. Andrew's found the dark-capped bulbul, one of the dark-capped bulbuls. That were playing around in this thicket. Sounds like a brown-crowned chegra calling on the other side of the fence here as well. Just loving all of the beautiful bird sounds here as we sit with these male lions. It's just so peaceful. Look at that. I think I can actually hear those lions. All three of the males, everybody, have got their heads up. You can even see the injured male in the background there. And we can now hear, faintly in the distance, the roars of the other lions. Of course, these boys picked it up immediately. I wonder if we're going to get a reaction from all three males here. Injured male looks like he might be getting up soon. Come and join his brothers here. Here we go. Insane. All three males roaring together in unison, everybody. Man, that was impressive. Jeez, that is just, it never gets old. That guttural, almost sometimes terrifying roar of male lions when you're this close to them. Sheepers. I don't think I took a single breath that entire time. They literally just stop you in your tracks when they roar like that. That was amazing. Wow. What a privilege. Good point, Mary. Just crazy, eh? You'd think they would have changed it by now. Oh. Bit of a yawn, bit of a stretch. Is he perhaps thinking about making a move?
When's the last time you heard all three males vocalizing together? It's been a minute, eh?
Oh.
Yeah.
Not too long though. Andrew's just asking me, everybody, when I last heard all three males roaring together. I can't place it, but it does feel like it was maybe a month ago. Yeah, I know. So the injured male has started roaring with them again, which is awesome. I think we were on Lemundurang. You weren't here, I think you were on leave when I last heard it. Three of them together. Now, this guy's thinking about doing something here. Oh, maybe not. Look at all the grass sitting in his mane. He'll have to try shake that out when he does eventually stand up. Otherwise it's going to bother him. The male in the middle has kept his head up the entire time, waiting to see if he gets a response. He hasn't yet, of course. The injured male at the back is quite settled in there. He's laid down. Just pointing out to Andrew, everybody, that I've just seen a little rodent scurrying around here in the grass next to us. Oh, jeez, was that it that took off like that?
Yeah.
Wow, that was fast. Guess you have to be super fast when you're that tiny, hey? Not sure which rodent that was, everybody. Did come close to the vehicle, but then bolted. Gapped it in the other direction. So impressive, this male. That mane is just perfect. Beautiful color differences between the black fur and the copper. Oh, his brother's up. He's coming towards him here. Are we about to see them all mobilize now? Yeah, I think so. The male closest to us did start yawning earlier. I think they're going to probably walk right past us here now, everybody. I heard him. Did you get him there? How's that for up close and personal, Andrew?
Stared into my soul.
Yeah, no, they do that. Stare through your soul. Gee whiz, that's close. Wow. And roaring as they go past. Jeez. That lion, everybody, stared, both lions, stared right through Andrew's soul as they walked literally beneath him, coming past him like that. That was insane.
That was a piece of meat.
Yeah, I know. Intimidating. I reckon these boys are about to do a perimeter patrol tonight, everybody. Probably walk the entire fence line. Head along the eastern fence line here in a southerly direction and then work their way west along the southern fence. Ah. Not at high pace, however. Male up front starting to roar now. Just listen to that echo. Look at how the stomach muscles work to produce that amount of sound, everybody. It is truly guttural. It literally comes from the bottom of their gut. It's incredible. Unreal. Interesting, since we last heard the lions on the Blue Canyon vocalizing, our males have roared a couple times now and there's been no response. Makes me wonder, is it the pride that was vocalizing that side? And is that why they're not responding to our males? Or is it because the two males, which are on the other side of the fence here, or maybe a little bit more intimidated by our males. Oh, Becky, there's nothing quite like it. That roar literally shudders through your whole body when you're this close. Have to come and experience it. Light is fading very quickly now, especially with all the cloud cover that we have about. Might be thinking about making a move to go up to his brother there. I keep glancing back, everybody, just to see if the injured male has approached any closer, and he hasn't yet. He's still sleeping back there. Some hippos vocalizing now on the other side. Briefly caught the lion's attention. The first part of a hippo's call almost does sound like the first part of a lion's roar. Becky, I don't think I could think of any better way to celebrate that amazing birthday. Your 70th birthday on safari with us in Africa. That would be incredible. Let us help you plan something you'll never forget. Just a short little flight and a couple of shillings and you're here. Experiencing this yourself, up close and personal. Yeah, it's a good point you make there. I mean, I think the reality is, obviously he still has his injury. So the lactic acid will build up after a day of sleeping, and it is a lot harder for him to really get going and get mobile every night. But at the same time, he knows his brothers haven't gone far. Even if he can't see them, he's hearing them vocalizing. And so he'll just pay attention to that. If their roars become more distant, then he knows, okay, of course, they've moved off. And then he'll catch up. I think Birdman's heading home for supper. Not yet. He's gone back there to sit with the injured male. Now I've been contemplating my exit strategy here, everybody. This said exit strategy involves Andrew getting a very close look at the front end of a 500-pound male lion. But whilst they sat here right up against the fence, it's the only way we will get past them. It's just to creep past them on the side of them here. We can't go too far into the bush because of the trees that are growing here. But I think we are going to move on shortly, everybody. It's been an absolutely phenomenal time spent with the 3 male lions of the Rietspruit Game Reserve, especially with all of the movement and roaring we've had. Goodbye, Becky. Thank you for joining us. Glad you got to see all of this. Old Hopalong's busy making his way towards us here, everybody. Finally managed to get himself up and going. Let's just stay here a while longer and watch the greeting between these male lions as the injured male approaches here.
Station number 4. Brent for Birdman.
You're not going to greet your brothers just yet. You're just going to stay close to them. Oh, he's really looking good, everybody. He's definitely fat. He looks the fattest of the three of them, actually. Very well fed. Wonderful to see, hey? Goodbye, Rosemary. Thank you for joining us. It's our pleasure, and we look forward to seeing you out here with us again tomorrow. Got 2 drives tomorrow, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Morning and afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Really chuffed we got a moment with this guy before we leave, everybody. Looking really good. And what's really positive as well is to see that there's no new injuries to this male. His brothers have left him alone for quite a long time now. We spoke about before how he's now started vocalizing with his brothers again. He's definitely feeling more settled in this coalition. After a really tough period of about a year, he's back. Obviously, injury's not gone, it's still there. But he is amazing at how he's survived, how he's been so resilient and worked his way quite nicely back into this coalition. Really fantastic to see. And you know, in a larger wilderness area where there may have been other lions, this guy probably wouldn't have made it. After initially being attacked, injured by his brothers, in that very weakened state, he probably would have been picked off by other male lion coalitions that would have found him. So in a big way, he's very fortunate to have made that recovery here amongst his pride and his coalition on the Rietspruit. I've seen it many times before, everybody, where these coalitions have these internal conflicts, and very often the injured male will be taken out by other lions. Male up front. And this guy. Injured male. That's it, boy. You tell them. You tell them you're back. Wow. Now that one, everybody, I could literally feel the vibrations in my feet. When the injured male here started, this whole vehicle started to vibrate. Wow. Absolutely incredible. Bless you. His brother's just had a big fat sneeze. Wow, what an evening, everybody. All right, on that note, we're going to love and leave the boys. Let's go see who else we might get lucky with under the cover of darkness this evening. Thank you, gentlemen. That was phenomenal. Turns out Andrew's not going to have his close shave again after all. Awesome. How was that, folks? I do likey. So special. Such a privilege. Stations, I'm leaving the male lines, slowly heading south past Nyala Route on the eastern fence line, unattended. That was epic. Right, now the first thing I need to do, everybody, is find a place for me to safely mark my territory. I've been holding it in for a while. Obviously wouldn't have been very wise to do it back there. Just make sure we get a little bit of distance between us and the males before I do such things. Whew. My goodness. One of those male lions deposited some of their scat somewhere there. That was rather stinky. I found the female leopard tracks right here, Andrew. She went down through there. Right, bear with me for one moment, please, everybody. I'll be back in a sec. Interesting. Male leopard tracks in this little drainage line here, everybody. Definitely not fresh. Yeah, male leopard walked up the drainage line here. Probably the blowbunk male. One of the more elusive leopards here on the Rietspruit Game Reserve. I say that because of the size of the track. It's a big leopard. Man, I'd love to see him. I don't think I've ever seen that leopard. I've seen other male leopards here on the Rietspruit, but not that one. Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking we might need to set up a camera trap on this end of the reserve, everybody. That's now relatively recent tracks of both a male and a female leopard on the same road here close to Sekoe Dump. Might go set up that camera trap in that drainage line closer to the water. I'm sure both of those cats are drinking at that water hole.
cool as well.
Andrew's just saying now, everybody, a python in a tree would be pretty cool as well. That would be very cool. Been ages since I last saw a python here. I want to see a brown hyena.
That's acceptable as well.
Cisco. Where we're currently driving now, everybody, is a really good area for animals like what have we got in the road here. Spotted thickney, I do believe. Yes, indeed. Look at that exquisite bird, everybody. How amazing are those eyes and the spotted feathers. He looks mildly terrified. Can't blame him, I suppose. This vehicle's rather intimidating for an animal that small. Very nice. Not going to bother him too much though with the light, everybody. Fantastic. Spotted thickney. Off you go, fellow. I was just going to say though, everybody, we're in a fairly open grassland area here, which is really good for things like white-tailed mongoose, African wildcat, aardvark, brown hyena. There's that sighting live of a brown hyena crossing this very road. Ah, there's an owl. Hello, friend. Look at that, guys. Lovely. Spotted eagle owl. Not interested in me at the moment. Aren't you gorgeous? What a treat. Now, this is the beauty of these night drives, everybody, is that we do open ourselves up now to all of the different wildlife that moves about at night. And I'm grateful that we get to do a bit of these night drives for you all. I do apologize for the cough. My whole family has it. He tried to fight it off. But of course it is very hit and miss, everyone, a night drive. They're actually usually more unproductive than they are productive. But I do love finding the nocturnal creatures like this beautiful spotted eagle owl. Alright, also not going to bother you for too much longer, sir. Thank you. Sir or madam. Oh, certain. Right, who's next? Come on, aardvark. Did you just whisper leopard? Good man. A leopard stalking an aardvark.
Yes.
Yes.
Double yes.
Yes.
Get it.
With a brown hyena just hanging around in the periphery hoping for an easy meal.
Triple yes.
The spotted thickney is determined to follow us all the way back to our camp, I think. Go the other way, dude. That's the wrong way. Daft little creature.
Third man off Durban.
Drive over you if you keep doing this. Stop it. I can't remember the last time I had to race a spotted thickney. Right. Hopefully he's not still following us. That? Is that a nightjar? I think it is. Another bird that is very good trying to get itself squashed on the roads at night. Let's see if we can have a quick look at this guy. Again, a bird with the most amazing markings. Oh, and a quick ruffle of the feathers. Just getting warmed up for the night, of course, these nightjars. Their day of feeding has only just begun. Yes, Mary. It would be a horrible end to see a leopard killing an aardvark, an animal we don't see very often. They do it. I have on several occasions. I've never actually watched a leopard killing an aardvark. I've watched lions doing that, but I've found leopards in the morning with half a eaten aardvark in the tree. Certainly pass that message along, Mary. Andrew, everybody wants your mom back on the drives. They miss chatting to her.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Including the public chat.
Oh, well, unfortunately she's MIA at the moment. She was in the Mozambique beacons.
Aha.
She'll be back on Saturday.
There you go. Andrew's dearest mother is currently away in Mozambique, but she will be back on Saturday. Jolly good. Jolly good show. Swallow a dung beetle.
No, I swallowed a bug.
hate it when that happens. Right, everybody, it is sadly time for us to say goodbye, but it certainly has been a spectacular afternoon, and we have thoroughly enjoyed sharing it with all of you. Those lions were unbelievable, really awesome. Great couple of birds as well. Thank you for joining us, everybody. We hope you all have a magic evening, brilliant day wherever you are in the world. We'll see you again tomorrow morning. Bye for now.
Code red. Now repeat, code red. In the breach on the fence line. Exit D4. We need extra eyes and more lights immediately. We have the visual. Young male. Need more lights. Losing it. We need you here now. We have located the animal. Good job, everybody. Well done, team.